Good evening. Tonight on Lady Jade's Lair, we deviate from our normal storyline to address a serious topic. On January 20th, 2009,
California voters passed into law Proposition 8, an amendment to the state constitution banning same-sex marriage, effectively stripping tens of thousands of the basic human right afforded to the rest of the population. At the time of this recording, the Supreme Court is deliberating the constitutionality of this law. Don't try to figure out where this episode fits in the timeline.
It doesn't. What we offer is like a play, a fictional conversation between two voices. We hope it will serve as a bit of entertainment during these historic and trying times.
Next week, we here at the Lair will be back to our usual machinations. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy tonight's performance. Greetings, fellow seekers! Once again, it is I, Lady Jade, Elf Queen Ravenclaw, your spiritual carpentry teacher in the woodshop class of Destiny. Our first email comes from Lorelei in Moab, Utah. Lorelei writes, "Dear Lady Jade, I consider myself a conservative Christian and usually have no problem following the articles of my faith. But lately, I have been having trouble reconciling my faith with my personal beliefs when it comes to the gay marriage issue. I have many gay friends, and I felt so bad when I saw their reactions after Proposition 8 passed. It made me wonder how I would have voted. Lady Jade, if you were in charge, what would you do?" If I were in charge, what would that be like?
Good evening and welcome to Max's Washington Minute. I'm your host, Max Moody. Tonight, Proposition 8, the California state ban on same-sex marriage. Despite the majority vote of 52%, the Supreme Court has decided to debate and rule on the ban's constitutionality. If the ban is lifted, then thousands of gay people will be allowed to marry and enjoy the common rights and benefits afforded to all God-fearing citizens, while systematically eroding the foundation of our society until the Prince of Darkness comes to collect our blackened souls on the eve of Armageddon. Swinging from the left tonight, we have the newly minted freshman senator from Massachusetts, Lady Jade, Elf Queen Ravenclaw. Good evening, Senator Ravenclaw. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, Max, for having me.
And in the red corner, we have the right-wing conservative political pundit, actress, and freelance telephone operator, Miss Juliet Tu. Welcome to the show, Miss Tu.
Thanks, Matt. Go Jesus! Woo!
Senator Ravenclaw, let's start with you. As the first pansexual, pantheistic, polyamorous omnivore to be elected to public office, you have some experience with this topic.
A bit, yes.
So let me ask you, as a
Can
person
I just say that I find the tone of this question derisive, degrading, defamatory, and some other big D word?
I haven't asked the question yet.
Well, you look like you were gonna.
Senator Ravenclaw, gay marriage has been legal in Massachusetts for several years now. Could you tell us a little bit about the effect that's had on your community?
Well, aside from the gay community, I don't think it's really affected anyone besides the divorce lawyers and florists. No, seriously, there have been some rumblings from the religious right, but aside from that, it's had little or no negative impact.
No negative impact? Are you out of your heathen skull? What about all the lives you've ruined?
Which lives would those be?
Oh, there were lives. And the children! Look, the fact is that a majority of the people in California voted to ban gay marriage. I don't know about your country, but in my America, majority rules.
Actually, I was thinking...
The people have Twittered! Get over it!
Senator, majority rules, how about that?
This is one of those times where the will of the majority is simply not enough. We must consider the larger issues involved with denying a significant portion of the population a basic right which the rest of the country is afforded. In my mind, this is no different than interracial marriage or women's suffrage.
Women's suffrage? Women haven't been legally beaten since, like, the 50s. What is this, I Love Lucy?
My point is, Max, that there simply is no legal reason to ban same-sex marriage.
How about that, Miss Tu? How about the law?
Look, Mark, this country was founded on moral values. There are higher laws.
I take it you're referring to the Bible?
Don't oppress my religion, ass face!
Actually, it's Senator Assface.
Just because the majority of hippies in some useless state voted for you doesn't give you any real authority.
We seem to have drifted off the point. Miss 2, the opponents of Prop 8 have raised some concerns about constitutionality. Why should the gay marriage be banned?
Because it's gross. I mean, seriously, think about it. Ew.
Ooh to you, Senator.
Well, Max, I would...
Oh, well, wait, not just...
This goes back to what I was talking about before. When the rights of the minority must be protected from the whim of the majority.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, you guys are all about pressing your liberal agenda on the principal values of this great nation. If you're not with us, then we'll have to fight the terrorists here. Why don't you all just go back to France with the rest of the fascists?
At least then we wouldn't have to worry about health care.
Me. You people are never happy. First it'll be the gays, and next you'll be marrying dolphins to goats or some junk like that.
You know, I'm amazed that it's always the religious people who go there. No one's talking about bestiality. It's not any kind of a slippery slope.
You're a slippery slope.
I'll make you a deal, Miss 2. You convince your audience to help defeat Proposition 8, and I will personally sponsor a bill outlawing interspecies dating.
Then how would you get a date?
Senator, any final thoughts?
I think we've been asking the wrong question. The question we should be
You don't
asking
know what
is...
the real question is, stupid.
The question
you
we
sit
should be
there and you go on
asking
all
isn't
these kinds
whether
of
or not
things,
gay
and you don't
marriage
know
should
it.
be legal. The question we should be asking is whether or not homosexuality should be legal. With the abolishment of all the sodomy laws and the removal of the military's don't ask, don't tell policy, the American people are having to accept homosexuality as a natural part of human nature, and not some random fancy that can be simply turned on and off at will. In light of that, we should all be able to see Proposition 8 for what it is: discrimination, plain and simple.
Well, unfortunately, Senator, discrimination is never plain nor simple.
Indeed.
Thank you for joining us, Senator Ravenclaw. We look forward to seeing you on the Senate floor in the coming weeks.
Thank you for having me, Max.
From all of us here to all of you at home, this is Max Moody saying thank you and good night.
And that's why nobody likes you or your stupid face. Hello? Liberals.